Hello and welcome, beloved twin flames. I wanted to do a video on my perspective of the journey, and this may not be everyone else's perspective, and it may not resonate with some of you. But I just wanted to, I'm using the Shadowscapes Tarot deck to sort of illustrate the way that I feel my journey has progressed and the way that I see it. Mostly for myself. It may resonate with some of you and it may help some of you, and this is why I wanted to do the video. Also, I've been getting questions, like email questions, and I feel this might help to answer a lot of the questions that I've been getting through emails. Okay, so what I've got laid out here is what I feel the twin, again, maybe I'm being repetitive here, but what I feel the twin flame journey has been for me and will be for me, because we're all going through various stages of this journey. So, okay, so the way that I see it starting, and we'll start on this side here, is that there's a connection. You meet someone and you know, either you connect right off the bat or it doesn't happen right away. Because for me, for example, I did not connect with my twin flame or feel that connection right away. But you have this feeling of bliss, of connection, of love. You don't necessarily become lovers, but in many cases, you know, twin flames do become lovers. But there's this feeling of joy and ecstasy, and it lasts for however long. And there's also, you know, you've got the separation and the union phase that some people go through, like, you know, once every year, once every few months, or just a long period of separation. So it's different for everyone, but this is how it starts. And again, this is just my take on it. So then there's this feeling of insecurity that comes up, and it's in our own heart, and I feel this is represented by the devil. So it's codependency or addictions, you know, addictions, to love, to the other person, to the type of union that it feels like, the intensity of the feelings that you have or had for this person while you're with them. And it leads very often, it definitely has for me, to a dark night of the soul. And this is, like, I feel, what is represented in the Ten of Swords. And from there, what happens for many of us, and this is basically what's happened to me, is there's a time of solitude and going within. So, you know, things fall away from your life, friends, you don't talk to people as much, or again, I should say that from my perspective, but, you know, so friends fall away, you don't talk to people as much, you're going within on a regular basis, trying to find answers, and you know, there's like a period of becoming like enlightened about what this is all about, what's going on here, you know. And in these times of reflection, I've come to realize that this journey, twin flame journey, is not a relationship. It's not a romantic relationship. It is a union or reunion of the same soul. A soul that has decided to split at the very beginning of many incarnations in order to experience life from many different facets. And now is a time for many of us to come into union in the physical 3D, but not necessarily, because we're always in union. There's no such thing as separation in terms of our collective, in terms of our connection with our divine partner. There is a constant soul connection, and we're all one. So through going within and again, just spending time alone, and I found that spending time alone in nature has been so helpful to me. I've come to this, what I feel is a realization for me. And that basically precipitated a death of of my old self, of the paradigm, and a realization that the twin flames are here on a mission, and it's a mission of unconditional love, to spread unconditional love. But first we have to learn to love ourselves. We have to learn to love our hearts. And because our souls, because we share that same soul with our divine partner, what we feel, they feel. So if we're feeling insecure, they're feeling insecure. If we're feeling hurt, they're feeling hurt. If we're feeling like being alone, they're feeling it as well. They may not be reacting the same way as we are to these emotions, because they're a different individual or entity in terms of like coming to this earth and experiencing 3D. But they're going through the same thing that we are, because we share the same soul. So I found that this information was freeing, and it helped me come to terms with the mission and why I'm here, and also the growth that it precipitated for me, because I mentioned this in another video. I've grown so much and I've changed so much, and I've as much as I was into spirituality before I met my twin flame, and I didn't even know what twin flames were until at least a few months after I met my twin, because I wasn't really into that type of thing. Until that, my connection with spirit and divinity has increased tenfold. It had a meeting my twin flame had a multiplier effect on my spirituality. So it was very freeing and beautiful. And I mean, this is how this is the kind of feelings that have come about for me as a result of this journey. And so I've come to learn that it's so important for us to fill our own cups. And this Ace of Cups, I feel, represents that. So we have to take care of ourselves, take care of our divinity, focus on ourselves, focus on our mission, focus on what we want to do, whether we're in union or not. And that, I mean 3D union with our twin. And this card, in this context, I feel really, the Two of Cups here, I feel really spoke to me, or speaks to me, especially today, in that regards, because this is an image of what I feel like is the divine masculine and feminine within the same individual, within the same person. This is one tree, light and dark, but it's loving, it's self-love, it's again filling one's own cup, it's loving one's own heart, taking care of oneself, focusing on oneself, and coming to a point where self-love is so great that we're able to feel that we can go out into the world and not necessarily be dependent upon our connection with our twin flame or having this person around. So again, this card is a card of self-love, and so is this, filling one's cup. And from there, I feel we become our own emperor and our own empress, and this is not only just us. I feel this is also our divine masculine and us, or divine feminine, or vice versa, that we come into our own and we feel, we feel we're able to love our heart. We've taken control of our lives, and we know that we are the master of our thoughts and the controller of our own destiny. And then we can go out and manifest, as the Empress does here, manifest beauty and love, and use our transformative power to help others on this journey of conditional love, and on this mission of spreading unconditional love on the planet. And from there, we're the alchemist, the magician. We use the tools at our disposal to create beauty in our worlds. And then we've become, what this represents, the star represents serenity, peace, balance, and easy manifestation, wish upon a star kind of feeling. And as much as we are always manifestors, generally speaking, I mean, we don't always manifest what we want. So when I say manifestation, I mean that dreams coming true type of feeling. And for many of us, that results in the Ten of Cups, and that is the ultimate union of the divine feminine and divine masculine, both in the higher realms, and which we've always been united in the higher realms, but also in 3D. So, like I said, many of us will come to this this point. Some of us may decide we don't want it anymore, but this card represents for me at this time, it represents the divine connection of the masculine and the feminine in 3D, and the connection with divine, and the lovely influence that the 3D union will have on the people around us, and on the hearts and the souls that we touch in this world. So that's basically, like I said, my interpretation of it. I hope it's been helpful to some of you. Thank you so much for listening. I know this is a long one, and I wish you a day full of much joy and many blessings. Bye.